There are moments that scare you right away, and then there are moments that don't scare you until later, when you realize you can't stop replaying them. If you've spent enough time on a CB, you can hear some strange things. Late nights, long roads, people talking when they probably shouldn't be. Most of it's harmless. Weird sometimes, sure, but forgettable. I've had plenty of moments where I just shook my head, turned the volume down, and kept driving. But this one wasn't one of those. This one crossed the line. It was about 1 a.m. Quiet late. The kind of late where the road feels empty, enough that you start noticing things about yourself instead of what's around you. The radio was low, not for music, just noise. I was alert, focused. That matters. I heard the voice before I noticed anything else. Not loud, not rushed, just calm, too calm. It came through like it had already been there, just waiting. At first, nothing about it seemed wrong. The words were normal, the tone was steady, but something about how it sounded made my shoulders tense. Not fear, recognition, and that didn't make sense. I didn't answer right away because I was trying to place it. The voice felt familiar, not like someone I knew, but like someone who had heard me before. The voice came back again, same calm tone, and it said, "You've been rolling a while tonight." That made me pause. Anyone could guess that, I told myself. Then it said, "You usually stop earlier than this." My stomach tightened, because that wasn't something you see from the road. That was routine. That was habit. I checked my mirrors. Nothing close. Nothing pacing me. I still didn't respond. The voice keyed up again. "You always turn the radio down when you're thinking." My hands tightened on the wheel, because now it wasn't about the truck. It was about behavior. Then, like it was an afterthought, the voice said, "You still wearing that gray hoodie?" A gray hoodie. Now what the hell is going on here? How would they have known that? Now my heart was beating fast. I was wearing a gray hoodie. I didn't move, didn't blink, didn't reach for the mic, because that wasn't observation anymore. That was personal. I turned the volume down slightly, not off, just enough to create distance. But suddenly, the cab felt smaller. The voice didn't rush to fill the silence. It waited. And waiting felt intentional. When it spoke again, it was quieter, almost conversational. You do that when something's bothering you. That's when the voice stopped feeling familiar and started feeling aware. I turned the CB off, not fast, not panicked, deliberate, because whatever this was, I didn't want to participate anymore. The silence felt heavier than the static ever had. Every sound inside the cab felt amplified. The hum of the tires, the creak of the cab. I didn't feel scared. I felt watched, and there's a difference. I kept driving, didn't change speed, didn't change lanes, because reacting felt like acknowledging something I didn't understand. Eventually, I pulled in for the night, parked, shut down, locked the doors. Routine. I sat there letting the engine tick down. That's when the CB crackled again. But I hadn't turned it back on. Or did I? I can't even remember. The volume was still down, but static came through anyway. Then that same calm voice. You don't sleep much when your mind's running. I didn't breathe, because that wasn't about the road. That was about me. Then one last sentence, soft, unhurried. You should keep that door locked tonight. The CB went dead. No follow-up, no static, nothing. I sat there longer than I needed to. Didn't look around, didn't open the door, didn't turn anything back on. I don't know how long it took before I laid back, but I know I didn't sleep right. The next morning, everything was normal. No issues, no strange voices, just daylight and noise, like nothing ever happened. But even now, when a voice comes through unexpectedly, I listen differently. Not for what it says, but for how much it already knows. Because sometimes the scariest thing isn't a threat. It's when someone skips the small talk and talks to you like they already understand who you are. I don't know who it was. I don't know how they knew. All I know is something was off about that voice, and I haven't forgotten it since.